the question that I want to answer is about making decisions. How do I make decisions? How do we make decisions? And this is very critical. Well, sometimes it can be not that serious. I mean, if you have to think about what dress are you going to put on today? Is it the blue one or the red one? Or even decide, what am I going to eat today? It's not like those decisions aren't very important, but they might not be as critical as choosing what kind of job you're going to do, or if you want to choose a life partner, who would that be? Or should I move house? Should I move country? Should I move state? And there are some decisions about forgiveness, like, should I let go of this pain that I've been carrying for so long? Decisions are daily part of our lives. We really can't escape them. And a lot of times people can be handicapped and you don't know what to do, and you just feel trapped, not being able to make a decision. Now, because of our personality types, some people make decisions easier than some people. Some people are risk takers, so it's easier for them to make a decision even if they don't have all the answers right and they don't know if it's the right thing to do or not. I want you to be able to make decisions and just think through the process. So I want to share some processes that can help you actually make good decisions, and hopefully they will help you along the way. And I have 5 tips that I want to share with you. The first one is, you want to write down your options. Obviously, when we talk about decisions, there has to be options. So you want to write down all your options. And you might want to put an emphasis on the word write down. There are times we're thinking about them, but until we write them down, it might not be as concrete. So you want to write them. It could even be as a list. List out all the choices that you have. Then after you have done that, you want to be able to look through each of those choices and be able to at least have some research or information about them. Sometimes the reason why we struggle about what to do is because we don't know enough about those choices that we have. So you want to do some research about it. And how can you do the research? You might ask, I don't know where to look to have answers. Well, Google is my friend. I hope Google is your friend too. And in that space, you can actually just ask a lot of questions. But besides Google, I hope that you have people in your life that are trusted, and maybe like a mentor, like a therapist, or someone that you can actually go to and ask questions and just bounce ideas with them and let them know, these are the things that I'm thinking about. I know this might be very sticky because some of us we've been hurt by people. You've asked questions of people that you thought you would trust, and they either did not take you serious, did not answer you, or maybe they steered you even in a way that was wrong. So I am hoping and praying that you do have someone or people in your life. It doesn't have to be a lot of people that you can actually trust. So let's say you have actually asked those questions and now you have some information to guide you. Then the next thing that I want to encourage you to do with all the information that you have is to sleep on it. And when I say sleep on it, you want to process it, because there is a problem of just having information but not giving ourselves enough time to actually consider them. So when let's say you've done all this gathering of information and maybe you even feel a little bit confused, because you can feel confused when you have too much information. That's like information overload. And everything looks right or everything looks wrong. You want to allow yourself to sleep on it. So when you just give space, and that could be a day or maybe some time until you feel some relief, until you can sort things out. And trust me, your brain has the capacity to sort things out. And it's not working by itself. It's working alongside with who you are. Because what will be an answer for you might not be for somebody else. So let your brain, let your mind, let yourself sort things through. And definitely the thought which I would want to say is that you pray about it. I believe in the power of prayer. I believe in bringing my request to God. And I want to encourage you to do that. But I don't want you to just bring some requests to him. I want you to bring everything. It's almost like you're having a dialogue with someone. Talk to him about the choices, the ones you listed out. Talk to him about the research. Talk to him about what you're leaning towards. Usually by the time you've done some information and research, you're probably leaning towards a direction. Talk to God about all that. The advantage of talking to God about it is, one, he can do something about it because he's all powerful. But the other advantage is that even as you talk, every time you have conversations like that, it's almost like you're hearing yourself all over again. And it gives you even more space to make decisions. You get closer to that decision-making process. So now you've done the things that I talked about first. You've done the listing. You've done the research. You've done the sleeping on it. You've done the talking to God about it. All those help you along the way. Then the last one that I want to say is you just got to make the decision. And at this point, I hope that you have gotten information that might have helped to weed out what's not necessary. But you have to come to a point where you just say, I have to jump. A lot of people, even when they know, maybe 90% of them says this is the answer, they still are scared to jump. But if you don't make a decision, you have not done anything. It's almost like you're saying, I don't trust in the process of all the information I've gathered. I don't trust the wisdom of the people I've talked to. I don't trust the God that I have prayed to. I don't trust myself, even though I have slept on it and thought through it. So I'm just going to be stuck here. So you have to make a decision at the end of the day. And I am hoping that you have the courage to step forward in whatever that is. If you have to make the move or decide that you're not going to make the move, you have to at some point step forward. Now, the reason why a lot of people don't make decisions is because they're scared. They're scared of what if it's a wrong decision? And what if it is? What's going to happen? What's going to happen if it's a wrong decision? There are some decisions, I will agree with you, that are very costly. Very costly. So you are afraid that what if the cost of this decision is so bad that I might not be able to bounce back? But what if it's not? So not making any decision doesn't make it any better for you. Just staying in the status quo or not growing, whatever that is. Maybe it's a career change for you, or you're wondering, should I spend the rest of my life with this person? Or what would it look like if I forgive this person? Will they take me for granted? Will I be opening myself to more hurt? And so many things that we can think about. But I will encourage you that when you eventually choose to make this decision, there is a lot of freedom that you get to experience. And don't get me wrong, a decision could actually be, I'm not moving. It doesn't always have to be, oh, I have to do it. There are times that the decision we'll make is to say, okay, I'm not moving yet. I'm not changing yet. If that is the case for you, you just have to be at peace with whatever you decide to make. Our spirit, our soul, our body has to be in alignment and in agreement with whatever we choose to make. That's why making a decision is important. When you don't make a decision, there's always like this dissonance in your soul. Your whole being is not agreeing with the fact that you have not rested on a choice. We always have to know that. And some people can even get sick just because they have not rested on a choice. So it is important that you rest on a choice. So I hope that just walking through the process with you can think about your life personally now and think about the decision that you probably have been struggling with making and wondering what you should do. Don't forget, you want to list out all the choices that you have. You want to write them down, actually write them down. And then you also want to do some research about each of them. And when you do that, you want to sleep on it so that you can actually give yourself time to process. You want to pray about it because there's so much we cannot control and we have to agree with that. So you want to tell God about it. Then finally, please make a decision.